Well, welcome back to another, what promises to be a cracking episode. We've got a full day out today. We're currently waiting outside the caravan park in Broome. And this is a special extra episode for Broome because it's an extra special day. Where are we going, Jackie?
Cape Leveque, Cygnet Bay, all the works. All
the works. We've got a boat safari booked. We're going to check out the pearl farm. We're being picked up, the luxury. And it is probably going to be like a big 12-hour day.
Yeah.
So we're going to be exhausted by the end, but it is going to be so good. So check it out, watch the whole vid, because it's something you'll definitely want to do for yourself. Here they are. Here. Beautiful. Morning.
Morning.
Do you mind if we take some videos and some photos of the track?
No problem.
Lovely.
Josh and Jackie.
That's it.
I'm Gary.
Nice to meet you. Gary?
Nice to meet you. Yep.
Beautiful.
How are you?
Very well.
What are these shirts? West Aussie.
These are for a
Wonders.
little YouTube channel we got for family and friends.
Awesome. Fantastic. Do your thing.
Lovely.
Yeah. If you need anything, let me know.
So the first part of the day involves a relaxing four-wheel drive trip up the Broome Cape Leveque road to Cygnet Bay. Our tour guide Gary made the drive super interesting with his light-hearted local trivia facts and tales. Hope you enjoy a selection of the things he had to say. And if you're watching, Gary, thanks for having us on board and enjoy the rest of the episode.
For those that are staying on the Cable Beach side of Broome, which is obviously all of you guys, one of the exciting things going on at the moment is we're starting to see the first of our sea turtles come up onto the beach overnight. So as you can see, folks, we're here at high tide at the moment. So yeah, this is good old Roebuck Bay. This is I get the impression Roebuck Bay is it's less well known than Cable Beach, but I think the views over here on this side of Broome are just as beautiful as over on Cable Beach. They talk about this bay, folks, being what's referred to as a Ramsar listed wetland of international significance, which is a bit of a mouthful. The bay attracts about 300,000 migratory birds over the course of the wet season. And most of these birds are coming from parts of Russia, Siberia. You find most of them on the opposite side of the bay where there's no development. But yeah, these little birds, no bigger than the size of your fist, tackle this journey, year after year, sometimes 20, 30 years. Destined for good old Roebuck Bay there on the left. And what they find when they get here, when the tide goes out, is essentially a never-ending supply of food, courtesy of these pretty expansive mudflats. Okay, folks, for anybody that's awake back there, I'm just going to pull up for a couple of minutes. If anybody wants to stretch their legs, or anybody wants to sneak off and find a tree. Admittedly, the trees are pretty spindly, but sometimes it's better than nothing.
After enjoying a stunning view of Cygnet Bay, we jumped on the back of a Cygnet Bay pearl farm tour. Our guide, Terry, a local Bardi man, was amazing to listen to and interact with. He imparted his love of pearling and the traditional uses the shells had for his people before European settlement, and how that has transitioned into a relationship today with the founders and owners of Cygnet Bay Pearl Farm, the Brown family.
So traditionally, this is where my family comes from, at the tip of the Dampier Peninsula. So in my native tongue, we call this place Battleground. So I'd like to welcome you all here today. I'll also be running a slideshow, just helps me out with my next step. So guys, I'm going to get started. So the story of the Australian pearling industry begins with the Pinctada maxima. This is the world's largest oyster and the world's largest pearl producing oyster that grows in a natural abundance in the northwest of Western Australia. So like the local Bardi Gowie of the Dampier Peninsula, I am also Bardi. So my old people used to collect the wild oysters in shallow waters of Sunday Island and here at Cygnet Bay. And we were also harvesting the mother of pearl shell for ceremony, cultural purposes, also for trade. But the main reason was food. So the name for the mother of pearl shell in Bardi Yawi is Guwan. But in this form, we call this one Rigi. And Rigi was used in high initiation ceremony as a rite of passage from boy to man. And the type of oysters that we're collecting today, between 2 and 3 years old. At this size and age, is easily transported from 80 Mile Beach straight back to the farm. Once we have them on the farm, our technicians then can seed them for the first time straight away. So once they have been seeded, they will be placed into these panels, and each panel will be set out onto our long lines, straight out in our paddocks, straight out in front of us. So we get seaweed, coral, barnacles growing on each panel, and it's competing with the oyster for nutrients. So our pearling teams need to get out there once a month and clean each panel. And today, we've got 90,000 oysters out there. So it's a lot of cleaning for those young men and women. And tools of the trade, scrubbing brush, wire brush, and a chisel. So a lot of manual labor goes into producing your cultured pearls. Yeah? But guys, in about 95% of all our oysters has a little host crab that lives in that oyster. Yeah? So the little host crab, I'll just pass him around just in here. The little host crab just lives just in there. So he's tucked in there. Yeah? So about 95% of the oysters got that little host crab.
What's he do?
He's the housekeeper and security guard. Yeah? So he keep that oyster clean. Again, he'll stand just on the front of that oyster. Any fish or anything get too close, he'll touch that mantle. Oyster will shut tight. So them two will work together throughout that whole oyster's life and that crab's. Yeah? Once he locate where that pearl sac is, then he has to get in there with a scalpel and do a very small half-moon cut onto that pearl sac.
I'm putting.
Yep, without nicking that pearl. I can see his heaps of imperfection straight away.
So nice.
Yeah? Virtue being luster. Yeah? Then we have surface, size, shape, and color. So it takes the 5 virtues to determine the final grade and the final price of your cultured pearl. So this is a 19 mil perfectly round A1 pearl. And this one was harvested in 2008. Loose on its own, hasn't been set on anything just yet. Price on this one, $60,000. Yeah, that's just for that one loose pearl.
So yeah, again, our guide Terry was just amazing, so full of knowledge and so enthusiastic about pearling. And this is just little glimpses of what is an amazing hour-and-a-half long tour with the team at Cygnet Bay. Following this, we enjoyed a beautiful baked barramundi and rice with a beautiful salad lunch, and then we jumped straight in the infinity pool looking out over Cygnet Bay. After a relaxing swim, it was time to step it up a level and hit our action-packed boat safari. We went out to check out Cygnet Bay a bit more, then out to One Arm Point, and then to see some of the massive tidal movements that flow through the Buccaneer Archipelago and onto the main attraction, Waterfall Reef. This was the best boat cruise tour ever.
strange love. I'm losing my mind, feeling that kind of love. I feel like a deep hole. You give me something that I can't give you here. Tell me what you're thinking, I need to know you're feeling. If you crush on me, you need to know my story. But don't get too close to me, cause I need my fantasy. Here I am, falling down, crashing down, and I feel like I don't need you. Here I am, falling down, deep inside, and I feel like I don't need you. You give me something that I can't give you.
Or wasn't that a pretty good boat ride?
Wet boat ride.
Pretty good boat ride.
That was good.
Great day.
Very nice day.
About to make the drive back to Broome.
Yeah, just in time for dinner.
Just in time for dinner. What was your favourite part of today, Jackie?
Swimming in the pool.
In the infinity pool?
Yeah, it was quite relaxing. No, I enjoyed the Pearl tour and I enjoyed the sea safari, the reef. I suppose reef.
I think I like the reef the best, and just seeing the tidal currents. I don't know if they've come out in the vid amazingly,
Yeah.
but it's ridiculous. Like just flowing past some rocks, and it's just a big dip,
Yeah.
and it's just like whirlpools in the ocean.
Never see anything like it.
Oh, it's just water movement going somewhere quick. So, but definitely a thing to do. Definitely worth it. Check them out. Our guide Gary with Kimberly Wild was awesome.
Fantastic.
So was Terry with the Pearl tour,
Yes.
and Ben, all legends, all great. Amazing day.
Yeah.
We're exhausted,
I was asleep on the bus.
full of salt still,
Yeah, still sopping wet.
sopping wet, and come check it out.
Cygnet Bay profile.
Cape Leveque,
Kimberly Wild tours.
awesome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Next episode, we're back in Broome to see the last of our to-do attractions, and then I think we should feed Josh to the crocs.
Oh, ease up! I was going to take you back to our favourite Broome restaurant for dinner, but I guess that's not happening now.
Okay, let's do that instead.
Of course. Like and subscribe. Cheers, guys.